Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Mike Tyson's Punch-Out High School tutorial. In this video, I'll be talking about the 7th fight in the game, Bold Bull 1. This fight is particularly tricky due to the immense amount of randomness involved and how little control we have over Bull at key points in the fight. Similar to Great Tiger, we want to skip almost all the times that Bold Bull performs his signature move, the Bull Charge. Unfortunately, Bold Bull 1's Bull Charge specifically has the tightest time constraint to pull off a successful skip. For example, if a bull charge is scheduled at 1 minute 30, even if we knock him down at a mid 1:30, he will get up and still perform his bull charge. This means we must always wait for Bull to perform a hook just before a bull charge in order to skip it. This is also the fight in which the most points can be scored, as Bold Bull gives us extremely good ways to score points, almost on par with an idealistic Piston Honda 1. The fight I will show you in the demonstration is the first time I ever scored over 30,000 points. But first, let's look at the facts. You can get your first star on the second punch of the fight. After that, you will be awarded another star every second punch. Random stars are awarded at a 50% rate. The smallest amount of damage you can deal and also get a star is intercepting a hook with a left face punch. This deals 1 damage. Damage dealt by a star punch takes on 5 values. 23 damage is dealt directly after a hook. After an uppercut. Into the hand roll of the rolling jabs. And after you force a block directly after an uppercut. 17 damage is dealt when intercepting the jab part of the rolling jab. 16 damage is dealt when Bull is just standing there. 15 damage is dealt when intercepting a hook early, or after a hook or uppercut as Bull's guard is dropping. And 11 damage is dealt when intercepting a hook late. Bold Bull's health recovery is soft capped at 32 hit points. Bull has 4 different punches. His rolling jab deals 15 damage to Mac and can be intercepted with a face punch into the hand roll. His hook deals 16 damage to Mac and can be intercepted with a left face punch. His uppercut deals 24 damage to Mac, and the bull charge always knocks Mac down and can be intercepted with a gut punch, which is a 6-frame window. Bold Bull will dodge the second star punch, and after a reset will dodge the third. When Little Mac turns pink, Bold Bull will perform a hook, followed by a rolling jab, followed by an uppercut. He will return to his normal pattern as soon as Mac returns to normal. Recovery from pink will take a minimum of 1 dodge. When Little Mac recovers from pink, in round 1 and 2, he will recover with 10 hearts if you didn't get hit while pink, and 7 if you did. In round 3, he will recover with 8 hearts if you didn't get hit, and 5 hearts if you did. Mac can get up from 2 knockdowns during this fight. On the first knockdown, if the count was 7, 8, or 9, he will get up with 56 health. Otherwise, he will get up with 40 health. He will recover with 9 hearts no matter what the count. On the second knockdown, if the count was 7, 8, or 9, he will get up with 48 health. Otherwise, he will get up with 32 health and will recover with 1 heart no matter what the count. Bold Bull will perform his bull charge 6 times throughout the fight. In round 1, he will perform it at 2 minutes and at 2:30. In round 2, he'll perform it at 1:30 and 2:30. In round 3, he'll perform it at 1:10 and 2:30. For the first 20 seconds of round 1 and the first 10 seconds of round 2, Bold Bull will perform his rolling jabs in groups of 2. Outside of these times, here's a more complicated pattern which is described by this flowchart. Also, Bold Bull's guard is slow in the first 30 seconds of round 1 and can be manipulated to sneak punches in. After the first 30 seconds, it speeds up greatly and his guard can no longer be penetrated. On Bull's first knockdown, he will always get up with 88 health. On Bull's second knockdown, he will get up with a 25% chance for 72 health, and a 75% chance for 80 health. On Bull's third knockdown, he will get up with a 25% chance for 72 health and a 75% chance for 80 health. On Bull's fourth knockdown, he will always get up with 72 health. On Bull's fifth knockdown, he will always get up with 64 health. On Bull's sixth knockdown, he will get up on a 1 count if he knocked him down with a star punch. Otherwise, he will get up with 56 health. Bull's select refills don't vary between rounds 2 and 3. You have a 12.5% chance for an 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, or 63 refill each. Also, if you press select before the fight, you will decrease your health to 48. Okay, we're ready. Let's take the bull by the horns. Phase 1 is somewhat similar to the Phase 1 of the speedrun strategy. However, we want to lessen the damage of our star punches into the rolling jabs. We can do this with a nice left quick dodge buffer, which will reduce the damage from 23 to 17. So, we open with 2 face punches, quick dodge and star punch. Grab another star and again, quick dodge and star punch. And for a third time, get a star, quick dodge and star punch. After this, the clock is very close to 20 seconds. We face punch to get another star, and then delay a face punch for a random star. If we get this random star, we can save 3 seconds in this phase, and it also gives us an extra star into phase 2. Anyway, wait until he hooks and intercept it for a guaranteed star. If you got the random star, you'll be at 3 stars now, which will reset his dodge ability. You should then buffer 2 stars like I did in this demonstration, knocking him down at 30 seconds. This particular clip is from an IL attempt, which is why I was playing more recklessly. I took a risk to land the final star punch into a 75% hook. If you did not get the random star, the smart way to play this section is to wait for the final hook, which you will dodge and star punch. Or to wait for rolling jabs and intercept the rolling jab with your star punch. This should cause the knockdown to happen at 33 seconds. In phase 2, our first punch will always be a guaranteed star, so we should always go for it. Regardless of if this puts us to 1 or 2 stars in the bank, we will buffer a star punch into hook number 2 for a guaranteed 11 damage. I have recorded 3 clips that begin from the start of phase 2. They should illustrate the decisions I make depending on where I am in his pattern. I will explain each clip now. The first clip here will show the 2 most simple cycles since they involve no rolling jabs. I have 0 stars after the second hook, so the only good play I can make is to get a guaranteed star from intercepting the next punch, which is hook 3. I then dodge uppercuts until I end back up at hook 1. I go for a random star on hook 1 and end up not getting it and then buffering that other guaranteed star I got into the second hook. And look, I am now back into the exact position after hook 2. 0 stars and a guaranteed star to get on the next punch. This is the simplest cycle. So going through one more time, I intercept hook 3 and dodge uppercuts until he stops. I then intercept hook 1 and this time I do get the random star. Intercept hook 2 with a star punch, and this time instead of getting a star on the next punch, I will attempt to land a star punch into hook 3, which is 75% likely. I delay the star punch by at least 1 frame to avoid dealing 15 damage. I then dodge uppercuts until I am back at hook 1 again. This time, intercepting hook 1 will give me a guaranteed star, and then intercept hook 2 with that star punch. And once again, I am back to this exact position after hook 2, 0 stars and a guaranteed star on the next punch. The second clip has the same opening as the first, and does the simplest cycle until we are back to the position of being after hook 2 with 0 stars, but a guaranteed star on the next punch. This time, however, I get rolling jabs. I intercept the first rolling jab and cancel the next 2, but you can just dodge those final 2 if you need to conserve hearts or waste some extra time. I then intercept hook 1 for a random star, which I do get, and then play it in concordance with how I showed in the first clip. I also want to state that after rolling jabs, the delay for hook 1 is always the same, and you can land a star punch for 11 damage easily into that hook by buffering it. However, there is an issue with this. Now we will be at 0 stars going into hook 2, so I'll have to intercept it for a guaranteed star. Next is going to be either hook or rolling jabs. If you try to land a star into the hook but get rolling jabs, your star punch will be dodged, and the next punch you do won't give you a star since we just got a guaranteed star, so it ends up being a big waste of Bull's health. That's why I intercept hook 1 for a random star. The third and final clip begins with having 1 star. I still get a star from hook 1 since that's a guaranteed star, and I still launch a star punch into hook 2. I have 1 star left, so I try using it to land it into hook 3, but in this case I end up getting rolling jabs, so Bull dodges. I then basically handle it in the same situation as I did in the second clip, get the star from the first rolling jab and then cancel the next 2, and then the cycle repeats. Rewinding back to the start of phase 2, I perform one of those simple cycles and then get a lucky star. I get unlucky with the rolling jab pattern. I got a star and then cancelled the last 2 jabs. I made the executive decision to throw a star directly into the first hook, which will always land for 11 damage, which is, as stated before, has some risk. This is an old fight, so my strategies weren't as refined. The risk paid off and I got the 75% hook. Ultimately, this is a decision you'll have to make in the moment. If it works, it is more beneficial than playing it with the safer method, but if it doesn't, you lose a lot of time and points, as well as having to deal more damage to get your next star.
Of course.
When Bull's health is in the 9 to 13 range, I usually check the timer and how many stars I have in the bank. If I have enough time and usually at 0 stars, I may make the decision to get hit once to let him recover, and I will then be able to land an extra star punch. This strategy does have some risks, and I don't opt for it in the demonstration. Instead, I just farm some stars from hooks. Bold Bull is going to do the bull charge at 2 minutes, and we really want to skip it. I will intercept the first 2 hooks in the pattern, then waste some time trying to line up his third hook with the timer so I can knock him down at the correct time. As you can probably tell, there was a 25% chance that I was going to be screwed over with the rolling jab pattern, and there was nothing I could have done about it. Another way we could have got screwed over was if he was doing uppercuts as the clock was ticking over 2 minutes. We could land a frame perfect star punch in theory, but overall, if you miss it, you will waste a star and he will bull charge anyway. In my opinion, I would rather keep the star and just counter punch the uppercut to skip the bull charge because the star will be useful in the next phase.
Stop. That should skip. That was really close to not skipping, but I think this will skip.
From my reaction 3 years ago, I was not sure that I had successfully skipped the bull charge. As I said at the start of this video, Bull 1's bull charge is the hardest move to skip. You can see how late of a 2 minutes flat that is, and I still wasn't sure if I had skipped it. I could have done maybe one more gut punch to waste some time, but if you try to waste too much, he might end up bull charging before he can even begin that hook. One other thing I would like to mention is that from the second hook until the third hook, you can use 6 left gut punches to waste time. The 7th will end up cancelling the third hook. Spoiler alert, I did end up skipping that bull charge. Anyway, since I have 2 stars, I'm going to land the first star into the hook for 11 damage and another into the second hook. I end up getting a rolling jabs pattern, which is actually fine here since I know I'll be able to get back into hooks before the 230 bull charge. I do make a mistake, getting hit by that first rolling jab, but it's pretty inconsequential. I could have played that section a little better with some better routing, getting a couple more stars and landing 1 or maybe even 2 extra star punches. Since we can't get another knockdown in this round, we just get hit by the bull charge. Hope for a shorter delay since we may be able to fit some more punches in before the end of the round.
Dude, hit me. Fucking ass. It takes forever, that's just so stupid.
I ended up not having much extra time at the end of the round due to a long delay bull charge. I simply get a star and use a star. I then get hit by 1 hook to let bull recover to max before the end of the round. If I had more time, I would have cancelled the third hook and then hoped for 1 uppercut before going back into hooks, which would allow me to get another star and land another star punch before the end of the round. A similar thing could also be done if I got rolling jabs. If this scenario didn't occur, I would instead let Bull recover some health at the start of round 2, since the first 10 seconds are more rolling jabs. I press select for round 2 simply out of safety. Typically, I won't want to take another knockdown during this fight, but I may take some damage to let Bull recover so I can land more star punches.
$12,000 is good right now. It's a decent enough refill, I guess.
Round 2 begins with 10 seconds of rolling jabs. If we want to let Bull recover, now would be the time, and the maximum amount of jabs Bull can do in this time is 3. Instead, I opt to cancel 5 jabs, wasting 5 hearts. Alternatively, I could have just dodged the jabs to save hearts. This is somewhat personal preference, but there is one big upside to having 1 heart. If you have just 1 heart and you lose it, Bull will immediately do a hook, and you can become unpinked by just dodging one of his punches. So, it can be very useful to have 1 heart right before a bull charge, a way to ensure a guaranteed hook. This particular strategy I don't typically route into a run, but I may use it out of circumstance. After this is more of the same strategy as before. However, I do choose to take some damage to let Bull recover, allowing me to land more star punches. It's up to you if you want to do this. The next bull charge is at 130, and the one following is at 230. Optimally, we'll want to skip both of them with a star punch knockdown. Due to there only being 1 minute between them, I highly recommend getting to 3 stars before the 130 knockdown, so we'll go into the next phase with 2 stars at the worst. In my demonstration, I end up going in with only 1 star, getting unlucky on the random star opportunity right before 130.
Stop. 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 Fuck it, it'll do. That's not bad. Got 1 star. Would prefer 2, but
The reason for wanting 2 stars is because Bull's health refill is massive, and we need to reduce it quickly but also efficiently before 230. Sometimes, efficiently is not an option simply because he will waste too much time with uppercuts. I play this section somewhat riskier, trying to get some random stars, but also not risking a star punch into potential rolling jabs right after I've gotten a guaranteed star. This section is heavy on reducing Bull's health quickly, and fortunately, I don't need to do any max damage uppercuts, although this is sometimes an option you may have to take.
stop. Stop. $20,000 is good. Don't have a star though, but that's fine. Everything is going well.
I end up into the next phase with 0 stars, which is not optimal, but at least I'll get a guaranteed star on the first punch. This section is played similar to the last 30 seconds of round 1. I get a star on hook number 3, which is not advised. I should have cancelled that punch, waited for uppercuts to stop, and then if I had enough time, gotten a star on hook 1 and landed it into hook 2. This would make sure I get a guaranteed star on the first punch in round 3. However, I got lucky and his uppercut span is short, so I can still get that guaranteed star right away in the next round.
Stop. Stop. Alright, that's good. 5 minutes or so. Yeah, alright. Just let me finish this attempt. This is a good attempt.
Round 3. He is into his normal pattern immediately, so we don't waste any time with rolling jabs. I played this section perfectly in accordance to the way I've described it should be played. I once again get favourable results with his uppercuts pattern, allowing me to skip the bull charge at 110.
Stop. 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 Alright. This is good.
The second to last phase is also played quite similar to other long sections of the fight. We will have until 2:30 until his next bull charge, so once again, do your best to efficiently deplete Bull's health. As the clock ticks close to 2:30, I highly recommend loading up on stars. We absolutely want to get to 3 stars. Also, this is the only phase where we don't want to knock him down with a star punch, since he will get up on a 1 count if we do. Preferably, I would want him to throw a punch right before 2:30, so I can dodge and counter it and knock him down at a 2:31. But in the example, I end up getting a bull charge.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Bold Bull 1 has a crowd cue for his bull charge. In the front row, the person third from the right has a camera, and when this camera flashes, that's your cue to time the gut punch. Getting this bull charge can be dangerous, as he can delay from as little as 4 seconds all the way up to 18 seconds, which is the worst I've personally seen. If you get too long of a delay, you're guaranteed to lose the fight, since we won't be able to deal enough damage in the short amount of time left in the final phase. If the delay is long enough, even having 3 stars won't save you. One other thing to consider is this. If we know the most stars we can possibly have is 2, just due to the circumstances of how the end of this phase was handled, then we should opt to go for the star punch knockdown and get the 1 count. This is because we will get the extra 500 points earlier and the other 500 points in the final phase using the 1 star punch we can land since it's a 1 count. If, however, you go into the final phase with 3 stars, then the best case scenario is you lose the 500 points on the knockdown, then score 1,500 points with your star punches in the final phase.
I think I'm just going to take the easy way out. I only have 2 stars here.
Considering I only have 2 stars, I play the final phase extremely safe. I deal 2 max damage star punches and then just counter punch for the TKO. If I had 3 stars, I would typically land the first star punch into the first hook and then deal 2 max damage star punches, the second into the second hook and the third into either rolling jabs or the third hook.
There we go, 31,000. If I had 3 stars, I would have played that slightly better. Finally, dude. 31,000. What was it? It was like 31,110 or something. That was really good.
Overall, this fight is a tricky one to get right, and Bull can and will try to throw you curveballs, making you second guess some decisions and force you to make errors. This fight requires a lot of concentration and effective decision making to get the most out of it. I am not expecting anyone to be able to pull off 30,000 points every time they do this fight. It is quite tough to achieve that score given the amount of randomness. In my opinion, this is in the top 4 of hardest high score fights. This concludes the tutorial for Bold Bull 1 and the major circuit. If a run has made it this far, now it is getting serious. The final 7 fights are the toughest and most brutal in the game. Thanks for watching.